Welcome to the video for the subject Electronic Devices 18 EC33. So in this subject, we will be discussing about the semiconductors in the first module. So semiconductors, we will be discussing what is meant by the energy band, what are the different types of bonding in semiconductors, what is extrinsic and intrinsic semiconductors, what is electrons, holes, what is meant by conductivity, mobility, and what is meant by Hall effect. So in the second module, we will be discussing about the PN junction and its applications. Third module discuss about the bipolar junction transistors and its characteristics. In field effect transistor, module 4, we will be discussing what is meant by mass capacitor, what is meant by JFET, and what are the different two types of MOSFET, that is depletion and enhancement MOSFET. So we will be discussing the characteristic curve of all the devices. In the final module, we will be discussing about the fabrication of the PN junctions, that is the various active devices and the passive devices, and how it is fabricated using the CMOS technology. So coming to the first module, that is semiconductors, the first topic is bonding forces in solid. So what is one-way bond? When an isolated atoms are the force of attraction between the nuclei and the valence electron of neighboring atoms that binds the atom together. So what is the meaning of this? The isolated atoms are the individual atoms. When they come together to lower the overall energy of the system, then the combined state where the atomic species exist together is called as the bonded state. The bonding is formed, the interaction involves only using the valence electrons. That is, the valence electrons are responsible for the chemical bond formation. So what is meant by the valence bond? What is meant by the valence electrons? So valence electrons are the outermost electrons of any atom. So normally the valence electrons will be existing in the s and the p sublevels. The electronic interaction between the atoms may lead to the lowering of the energy of the system as compared to the state wherein the atoms are far apart. So bonds are used in order to decrease the potential energy of the system, and also it increases the stability of the systems. The interaction between the atoms or molecules or ions may lead to the lowering of the energy of the system, and that is called as the bonded state. Clear. Now the interaction between the atom species can be strong or weak. So based on the amount of interaction, or based on the force of the interaction, the the chemical bonds are classified into strong and the weak. The strong bonding interactions are the ionic, covalent, and metallic. And sometimes the metallic bond is considered as the special case of combination of ionic and covalent also. The weak interaction between the atoms include the hydrogen and the van der Waals band. So we will be seeing first about ionic bond. So what is ionic bond? Ionic bond is nothing but transfer of electrons. When a metal like sodium or potassium, when it combines with a non-metal like fluorine or chlorine, ionic bonds are formed. So here the transfer of electrons takes place from metals to non-metal. Let us consider the NaCl lattice. So each sodium atom is surrounded by 6 nearest neighbor Cl atoms and vice versa. 4 of the nearest neighbors will be evident in the two-dimensional representation. The electronic structure of Na is Z is equal to 11 is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. That is, sodium will be having 1 as the valence electron in the 3s cell. Similarly, for the chlorine, the atomic configuration is Z is equal to 17 and the structure is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2 and 3p5. That is, it will be having 5 as its valence electron. Here, when a sodium and chlorine are combined together, so there will be a transfer of electrons from the sodium atom to the chlorine atom. So now what happens? So since the electron is transferred from the sodium loses its electron and hence it becomes Na+. And similarly, when chlorine achieves an extra electron, it becomes Cl-. So the electronic configuration of Na plus is nothing but its noble gas neon, and similarly Cl minus is nothing but the noble gas argon. So, an important observation in this structure is that all the electrons are tightly bound to atoms. Once the electron exchange have been made between Na and Cl atoms to form the Na plus and Cl minus ion, the outermost orbit of all the atoms are completely filled, and it represents the inert atoms neon and argon. So there is no loosely bound electrons to participate in the current flow. So in this case, when considering the properties of ionic bonding, here the crystal will be having rigid and it will be unidirectional. It will be having high melting and boiling point. It is a good insulator of electricity in their solid state, and it will conduct electricity when it in the molten state. It is soluble in water and also soluble in the organic solvents. So the next type of bonding is metallic bonding. In a metal atom, the outer electronic cell is partially filled, usually by no more than 3 electrons. As we have already discussed in ionic bonding, for a sodium, which is a metal, the valence electron is 1. It has only 1 electron in the outer orbit. This electron is loosely bound and it is easily given up in the ion formation. So when a metal crystal is formed when these sodium atoms are brought together, so the valence electron will come out from the sodium atom, and hence it results in Na plus ion. So here we can say that a cluster of positive ion is formed, which is nothing but an Na plus ion, which is surrounded by, or it is immersed in a sea of electrons, free electrons. So these are the free electrons available, and these are the Na cluster of ions, positive ions we will be having. So these free electrons contribute for the conduction, and hence it will be having a good electrical conductivity, and the melting point and boiling point will be low when compared to the ionic bond. It is malleable and it is ductile. A third type of bonding is exhibited by the diamond lattice semiconductors, example like germanium, silicon or carbon lattice. Here, each carbon atom or germanium atom is surrounded by 4 nearest neighbors, each with 4 electrons in the outer orbit. If in this crystal, each atom shares its valence electrons. So there will be 4 covalent bonds formed between the atoms, and the bonding forces in quantum mechanical interaction between the shared electron is known as the covalent bonding. Each electron pair constitute a covalent bond. Here in this case, if we take methane is an example for covalent bond. Here the carbon will be having a valence electron of 4 and hydrogen will be having a valence electron of 1. So when a carbon is combining with 4 hydrogen atoms, we will be getting 4 covalent bond. One electron will be coming out from the carbon and the other electron will be from the hydrogen, and this is called as a sharing of electrons. So here in the sharing process, it is no longer relevant to ask which electron belongs to a particular atom. Both belong to the bond. The 2 electrons are indistinguishable. Covalent bond is also found in certain particles such as H2. As in the case of ionic crystal, there is no free electrons available in the lattice in the covalent diamond structure. By this reasoning, germanium and silicon should also be an insulator. However, this occurs only at 0 degree Kelvin. Coming to the properties of covalent bond, it has low melting point, it is soft, flexible, and it will not be dissolved in water. Even if it is solved, it will not have conductivity because there is no charges present. And there are no free electrons available to the lattice, and hence it should be an insulator. But an electron can be thermally or optically excited for free conduction, and which is an important feature of the semiconductors. So compound semiconductors such as gallium arsenide have mixed bonding in which both ionic and covalent bonding forces participate. So we will be discussing about the semiconductor devices in the coming classes. So in the next class, we will be discussing what is energy band in semiconductors. Thank you.